Hi, Amisha.
Hello, hi Angiras. Hi everyone.
So we'll wait for 2-3 minutes more and then we'll start.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess we are good to start. Hello everyone. Hope you all are well. My name is Angiras and I'll be your host for this session. We have with us our mentor Amisha Patak. Hi Amisha. She'll be taking this session on how to compose a letter of recommendation, and I'll briefly introduce Amisha and later we can begin with the session. So Amisha is a Commonwealth Shared Scholarship Awardee of the 2020 and 21 batch. Uh, yeah. Amisha is a Commonwealth Shared Scholarship Awardee of 2020 and 21 batch. After completing her postgraduate degree in Educational Planning, Economics and International Development from the University College London, she returned to India with an aim to build a holistic educational system that caters to students' social and emotional development alongside academics. To this end, Amisha worked with the government of Delhi as a chief minister's urban leader, fellow designing and implementing projects for physical and mental well-being of children. Since July 2023, Amisha has been leading the Care to Play project, a collective of 5 high-impact organizations with a vision to ensure that all children receive stimulating environments at home and in communities, helping them overcome intergeneration cycles of poverty. So that was about Amisha. And yeah, welcome you guys to Eklavya India Foundation's Global Scholars Program. So STEM Masters Virtual Cohort. Uh, Over to you, Amisha. Let's start.
Thank you. Okay, so just to break the ice, if whoever is comfortable, आप लोग अपना वीडियो ऑन कर सकते हैं ताकि मुझे ऐसा ना लगे कि सिर्फ मैं कंप्यूटर से बात कर रही हूँ.
Yes.
if you're comfortable. Yes. Okay, I see अभिप्सा. और कौन कौन है? कोई दिखाना चाहेगा अपना चेहरा? काजल. वेरी गुड. अरे इतने अच्छे से तो बैठे हो आप लोग. ओके, थैंक यू संदेश. अदिति, प्रतीक, अभय, वैष्णवी. All right, that's good enough for me. We can start. तो मैं बस नॉर्मली बताना चाहूंगी, मैं बनारस से हूँ. और मैंने ज्यादातर पढ़ाई अपने बनारस में ही की है. उसमें भी शुरू में मैं एक प्राइवेट स्कूल में थी. उसके बाद अपना इंटरमीडिएट मैंने गवर्नमेंट स्कूल से किया. मेरा बैचलर्स बनारस हिंदू यूनिवर्सिटी से था, जो कि आपको पता है एक सेंट्रल यूनिवर्सिटी है. और मतलब ऐसा कुछ एक्स्ट्रा ऑर्डिनरी शायद नहीं लगा जिंदगी में टू गेट अ मास्टर्स फ्रॉम अब्रॉड विद अ स्कॉलरशिप. तो जस्ट सेटिंग इट आउट देयर. Now we can dive in to going to writing to how a letter of recommendation is written. But before that, what I would want is कि just a few hands या कुछ कि किसी ने यहाँ पे पहले लिखा है एलओआर, किसी के लिए भी, अपने लिए किसी और के लिए अटेम्प्ट किया है लिखना? काजल ने नहीं किया है. तो बोध ने भी नहीं किया है. ओके, चैट में भी कुछ कुछ आ रहे हैं. ओके, देर इज अ रिक्वेस्ट if we can have the entire session in English. I wanted to know if everyone would be comfortable if I do the entire session in English, or is a English Hindi mix, does that work? Okay. So I'll keep on switching because I'm not sure if everyone will be able to catch up if it's just English. Can someone from the team confirm?
हाँ, we can do mix English and Hindi both. Yeah.
ठीक है, ठीक है. Thanks. All right, let's dive in then. I am guessing everyone here is just writing a letter for their postgraduate admissions, and this is how we'll start doing it. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
All right. Okay. What is basically a letter of recommendation? बहुत ही आसान सी बात है कि आप कहीं अप्लाई कर रहे हो. ये आज के लाइफ में इट्स नॉट जस्ट विद applications that are academic applications, but in most of our new in current scenario हम किसी भी नए जॉब के लिए भी अप्लाई करते हैं. तो generally once you get selected, the final round requires you to give a letter of recommendation. तो ये क्यों जरूरी होता है? If I am the person who is hiring, or if I am the person who is on a selection committee for a college, I want to know not just from you that what you did, but also from different people who can endorse what your qualities are. So that is why generally the kind of letters that are requested are professional, academic, and in some colleges and some applications, they also ask for a personal recommendation letter. So the reason is to understand this person holistically, and also to say, especially in work settings, it is required because there should be at least 3 people or 2 people who can vouch for the work that you've done in the past, or the kind of person that you are, the kind of grades probably you've achieved, or you are saying that you have all of these achievements, but वो actually में है या नहीं. Is anyone trying to speak something? Okay. So a well-crafted and constructive recommendation letter is generally that could be from your co-worker, it could be from your previous boss, it could be from your professors, it could be from your school principals. मतलब बहुत सारे वैरायटी हैं, तो I would just like to cover क्योंकि कई बार लोग पूछते हैं, तो Q&A में आए उससे पहले ही मैं एक बार शेयर करना चाहूंगी that oftentimes people ask that okay, I have not gone to college for the past 4 years or 5 years and I have only been working and they have still asked me for an academic LOR, then what should I do? So in that case, you can do two things. One, you can still definitely reach out to your previous college and check if there is someone, a professor or someone who can give you a recommendation letter. If that's not at all a case, then you can write an email to the university or to the admissions committee asking that, this is the scenario and if two professional recommendations can work, because there would be some people who work for 10 years or 8 years. And so they do not have, actually, they are not in touch with anyone at the college. Plus, in 8 years, a person can change a lot. So there might be no one who can actually vouch for the kind of personality you are right now in a college that you went 8 years ago. So that's just to clear that out. In terms of, again, this also happens that there are people who just out of college, so they have not worked at all. And then they ask that, okay, we have not worked at all. How can we get a professional recommendation letter? So similarly, one thing you can always do is write to the admissions committee telling them about this and asking if you could give 2 academic letters instead of 2 professional letters. What I did when I had first applied to LSE in Sussex was that I went with one academic letter, definitely. I think they asked for two academic letters. And for the professional letter, I had done a lot of internships. So I asked one of my bosses from one of the internships to give me a professional recommendation letter. So this could be 2 ways you could manage this. Sometimes when they ask for a personal recommendation letter का मतलब ये होता है कि ये कोई आपका फ्रेंड हो तो बेस्ट होता है, कोई आपका रिलेटिव नहीं होना चाहिए. This person shouldn't be your relative, but most probably a friend or an acquaintance, so someone who can write about you as a personality, as a character, and not just as okay the work that you've done or the kind of किस तरह की पढ़ाई की है तुमने, उसके बारे में नहीं, पर एक तरह से एज अ पर्सन हाउ यू आर. तो वो कौन लिख सकता है? अबाउट योर ऑनेस्टी, प्रोबेबली योर ह्यूमिलिटी, ये जो कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स होते हैं, जो सॉफ्ट स्किल्स होते हैं, वो जनरली दूसरे रिकमेंडेशन लेटर्स में नहीं आते हैं, तो पर्सनल रिकमेंडेशन लेटर में ये कवर होता है. Okay. So we'll start very basic with what is the structure. I feel that when you start writing anything, right? Especially, I know I've just dived in. So अगर I will share the slides also later. So if it's required, आप कुछ notes ले सकते हैं और बाकी आप ये मिल जाएगी slide, आप उसको refer कर सकते हैं. And also I've verified, like I made this on my own, but then I also read on different websites and this is mostly recommended. I have myself written recommendation letters for others and I've written recommendation letters for myself. So, and others have written recommendation letters for me. And most of the time, this is the standard structure that should be followed. The structure is different from format, okay? I will share format later. इस स्लाइड्स के एंड में मैंने कुछ फॉर्मेट्स और सैंपल्स अटैच किए हैं, पर अभी वी विल जस्ट टॉक अबाउट व्हाट स्ट्रक्चर इज इन एनी राइटिंग. LOR हो, SOP हो, कुछ भी हो, आप जब लिखना शुरू करते हैं तो आप उसको एक स्ट्रक्चर देते हैं, क्योंकि आई विल स्टार्ट विद दिस पैराग्राफ, then in the main body I will add this, and then in the final I will have a conclusion or a sort of a very strong ending. Yeah, Angiras, can you mute? I think someone is on unmute. Can you request them to mute, please?
Misha, you are the host, so you can do that.
Okay, I can do that. All right,
Yeah.
thank you. ठीक है. So what you have to do is आप अपना simple आप ये simple format भी follow कर सकते हैं. आप introduction लिखिए. सबसे पहले आप introduction से शुरू करते हैं कि who is writing the LOR and for whom. So oftentimes what happens is people dive into writing. Okay, that I met this person this time and he's this and that and that and that, and they've done this, they're so good at this, they're so bad at this, whatever. but very strict rule to follow, and it is not cliche, it has to be followed, is that you have to tell at the very beginning
Hi,
who are
Amisha.
you.
Uh, Hi, Amisha. Sorry to interrupt you. Actually, the slides are not moving. That's why everybody is asking in the message also.
What are you able to see on my screen?
Slides are not moving.
On the
The
second
first
page.
one, what is a letter of recommendation? Yeah.
Okay, let me try again. Can you see now by any chance? रुको.
No, ma'am, same.
But I'll share again. I think that will, then it will work. Is it visible now?
Yeah, it has changed now.
Okay, cool. ठीक है. तो what I'll just re-summarize a little bit. So what I started with was कि structure आपका पहला step है. तो structure is not the same as format. Format में बहुत सारी और भी चीजें आते हैं, क्या क्या elements होने चाहिए, कहाँ कहाँ पे क्या placed होना चाहिए. But by structure I just mean कि जो main content है आपका, जो writing वाला पूरा part है, वो कैसे flow करना चाहिए. This is mostly accepted and mostly followed. It's not cliche. इसमें start with an introduction. Introduction में आप mention करते हो who is writing the LOR and for whom. So if I'm writing the LOR for let's say Angiras, so I will write कि I'm writing this. It's good. It's no problem to start writing with I am writing this letter of recommendation for Mr. Angiras Kharat in my capacity as this. So in my capacity as a mentor at the Global Scholars Program in Eklavya. तो इस तरीके से I start my first line. Now this can be brief. It does not have to be इसमें कोई तारे सितारे लगाने की जरूरत नहीं है. You have to keep it brief and very to the point. That who you are you writing this recommendation letter for? Okay. Is there a problem? I can't see the chat actually from time to time. So if there is anything on the chat, then you can tell.
Sure, I'll let you know. Nothing as of
ठीक
now.
है.
Yeah.
Cool. Second part is the context. So after you've given this introduction, don't jump to, okay, this person, Angiras is highly capable in doing this or that, and I observed him in this particular activity. सीधा नहीं कूद जाना है. आपको इंट्रोडक्शन के बाद थोड़ा सा कॉन्टेक्स्ट सेटिंग करना है. कॉन्टेक्स्ट सेटिंग में आपके 2-3 लाइंस लग सकते हैं. In these 2-3 lines, what you can do is you can simply explain the relationship between the person who is recommending and the applicant. So I'm assuming most of you would be writing your own recommendation letters. So when you are doing this, you explain that what that person's relationship is with you. तो आप ऐसे लिख सकते हैं कि I have known Angiras for the past this much time. So it's good to mention how long have you known this person. Often we don't mention. So tell if I say, okay, I met Angiras actually last year. So I would say, okay, I know Angiras. I have known Angiras for the past 6 months in my association with the Eklavya Scholars Program. He started working as an intern or as a volunteer. I'm not sure. I'm just making this all up. So if this person has worked a long time with you, you can actually mention what was the start date that they started working with you, or they मतलब जो आप जिसके लिए लिख रहे हो, अगर आप उनके साथ 3 साल उन्होंने आपको पढ़ाया है, 1 साल पढ़ाया, जब भी पढ़ाया है, तो वो आपके लिए लिख रहे हैं, right? So do mention how long they have known you. So if it's an academic LOR, you can say that Angiras joined the university in the year 2016, and I got to know him in his second year of his postgraduate or undergraduate program. Then you give a little bit probably more context. I don't want to make it up a story a lot. So give 1 or 2 more lines of context if there is a story. So for example, if there is a story between Angiras and me and how we met, then I can add one line on that. The first time we interacted was during this conference, or I met him during last year's boot camp, I think. And so I can mention that the first time we interacted was during the boot camp, and I was this thing was remarkable. So most of the time, someone who's writing this for you must have either found something remarkable, or you can yourself mention कि क्या ऐसा था that they remember you. If they are a person who has known you for a long while, then you will be able to find other points that could have been remarkable, and that's how that relationship grew. So this part, why I'm mentioning, might not be with everyone, but if there is a scenario where you find that there is a point where this relationship started developing between you and the recommender, so do mention it. It adds a distinct value to your like a letter of recommendation, because most people would just, after giving ki kiske liye hai, kaun hai, they would jump into, okay, what were the activities they did together, or they saw the other person doing, or they engaged with this person, and what were their achievements. But if you add this personal touch, it makes the LOR stand out. Post this, we move on to the main body. मेन बॉडी में मेन बॉडी इज बेसिकली आपके जितने भी आपको लगता है कि आप एंगेजमेंट्स इस पर्टिकुलर लेटर ऑफ रिकमेंडेशन में मेंशन करना चाहते हो. तो अगर मैं एकेडमिक हूँ और मैं आपके लिए लिख रही हूँ लेटर ऑफ रिकमेंडेशन, तो आप ही नोट कर रहे हो, तो you would want to make it a little someone who is in the college, right? So college के perspective से there could be 2-3 things that matter. One is that what was the educational space? वहाँ पे आपका performance कैसा था? What was your style of thinking? How did you present that thinking? How did you engage with other students? How did you probably what was your position amongst different students? तो what stands out? ये 2-3 चीजें हैं जो आपको लिखनी होती हैं यहाँ पे, और उनके उसमें आपका एफर्ट क्या था. सो कई बार क्या होता है कि हम लिख देते हैं कि दिस पर्सन वाज इज ग्रेट इन दिस, एंड दे स्टूड आउट, एंड और दे अचीव्ड दिस, व्हाटएवर, बट वी डोंट फोकस ऑन एफर्ट्स. Now, a true recommendation letter would be something where this person who is recommending you can also share what efforts you put in to make something happen. So I was writing this recommendation letter for a friend. She's a friend, but she is a colleague as well. So she was applying to another place, a job, and I wrote this recommendation letter for her. So because I worked with her so closely, I knew different things that she had done. I had seen her in her ups and downs. I had seen where she was putting in more effort to increase her knowledge and become better at something. So when you show how someone has grown to achieve something, not everyone could be, okay, she woke up and, got out of the bed and she got these many awards or got so many achievements or made this really great impact. So it is even if you don't focus on 5 different achievements, right? If you focus on 2 or 3 achievements only, or 2 achievements, then it is very valuable to add how you grew to achieve that. इट हैज टू ऑलवेज रिमेम्बर कि ये मैं बोल जरूर रही हूँ, बट हमेशा करना है कि आप अपने लिए जरूर सोच रहे हो क्योंकि आप लिख रहे हो, बट ऐसे सोचना है कि जिसके लिए जो आपका रिकमेंडेशन लेटर पे स्टैंप लगाने वाला है, would this person be the right person to be talking about this particular engagement? So I was the right person to talk about my colleague's engagement, because I had seen that very closely. We were working on the same project. Now, if I have to write it for someone who was my student, then I would focus on probably things that I have seen as part of her engagement within the college. तो जरूरी नहीं है कि हाँ, और ये भी आप रखना कि कुछ लोग सोचते हैं कि पर मैम मैंने कॉलेज में बहुत कुछ नहीं किया, तो मैं कैसे वो एंगेजमेंट्स लिख सकती हूँ, या फिर मैंने ये चीजें की, आई डिड अ लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स, पर मेरे प्रोफेसर को इसके बारे में नहीं पता जो जो मेरा रिकमेंडेशन लिखने जा रहे हैं. To be honest, and don't quote me, but to be honest, it doesn't really matter, because what matters is at the end of the day, you did that thing, right? And sorry, Nidhi Waldia is requesting you to start meeting summary. Who's Nidhi Waldia?
Yeah, hi, sorry.
Hi.
Yeah, the tool summarizes the meeting. So I was thinking if
All right.
we could summarize the meeting, if you could give access to the
Sure.
Thank you.
Thank you. Cool. So I was again at the main body. So for academic LORs, where you might have done things that your professor or your whoever is recommending, your principal might not be aware of. Often it is good to write the LOR, write every engagement that you feel is profound and that you did in the college, and probably your professor wasn't aware of, and discuss it with them when you're giving them the draft. Share the draft with them. Tell them, sir, I wrote these things because I've done it. Or just have a discussion, sir. Just have a view. जरूरी नहीं कि आप ये बोलो कि sir, I've written this and so you should view it, but more like just it is good courtesy to give that person a chance to review what you have written. And that also ensures that if there's something that they are not comfortable with, they can discuss with you. Sometimes what you can also do is before writing that recommendation letter, right? So someone who has agreed to write you a recommendation letter knows that, writing a letter takes time and they will have to think and write it. It takes their effort, right? So if you're telling them, sir, I will write it, you just review and then stamp it, most people will agree. In that case as well, beforehand itself, when you're asking them the permission for the letter, tell them, sir, that I was engaged in these things, and so I will be mentioning in that letter. And when I submit it to you, please review whatever you're comfortable with recommending. We can go ahead with it. It's a good courtesy, and it also ensures that your relationship with that person is intact. Because often what they'll feel is that, okay, I have never seen this person doing this. Why have they mentioned? How can I recommend? And ऐसे कम लोग होते हैं, but हो सकते हैं. तो यहाँ एक मेन बॉडी में आप ये चीजें करेंगे. Finally, your last paragraph generally, or last at least 3-4 lines, focus on your final recommendation. So that's a line, it's a standard line where this person who's recommending you says that, okay, Angiras has been contributing to this particular area with these 3, 4, 5 जो भी हम key strengths हमने पूरे letter में जो चीजें highlight की हैं, we mentioned some of those things. Okay, 3 things. Let's say if I'm writing this for Amisha, right? So I'll write Amisha's leadership capability and her and her quality to engage with different people makes her a perfect candidate for this particular thing. ठीक है. बहुत ही मेरा perfect people वाला example अच्छा नहीं है, but आपके जो key strengths हो सकते हैं, it could be leadership, it could be management, it could be teamwork, it could be just your understanding of the subject matter. So if my understanding is about education, so it could be about education as well, कि ये इस बंदे को इस particular course के लिए perfect बनाता है. It has to have a strong tone of recommendation. It cannot just be, okay, I recommend this person for this course, but try adding more, it should sound that they are, okay, very much into, you might feel कि थोड़ा over हो रहा है, मैं क्यों उनसे बोलूं कि वो strongly कर रहे हैं, but it's good to write that I strongly recommend this person. Or if you're not writing strongly recommend, then at least ensure that the first 3 lines or the last line are very powerful. So it could be ki, wherever I feel that this person, wherever this person goes, based on these strengths, will be a strong value addition, and therefore I highly recommend them for a postgraduate degree at your institution. This is the structure. I will take questions at the end. Does that work for everyone? I think that's the structure that I have been told about.
Yes.
All right. Okay, I will change the slide. If that problem that happened with the earlier slide exists, let me know over mic. It's working?
No, it's not. You're not able to see
Okay.
the fourth one. Yeah.
ठीक है. Give me a second. I don't know what's the problem. Angras, do you want to share? अच्छा, if it happens again, then you share. अभी मैं
Yeah,
कर
yeah,
देती
sure.
हूँ. ठीक है. अब आपने अपना स्ट्रक्चर बना लिया है and you are now ready to write. Okay, I would say don't jump into writing. You've put your structure in place. You've started thinking, okay, these are the 3 people who are writing your recommendation letters. You have to write 3 recommendation letters. And then this is the main body. You will be using these 3 recommendation letters, 1 professional, 1 academic, or probably 2 professional, 1 academic letter. across different universities. So you will have to ensure that you customize each letter for each university. However, before starting to write your very first recommendation letter, reflect. Every time you're writing a letter, actually reflect. And this works again. What I'm telling is it works with LORs, SOPs, it works with any application overall, that you start with a reflection. I've written some points that can help you also navigate what you have to reflect on, right? So what I would do, and that's what makes your recommendation letter authentic, right? So you reflect, you think, and वो मैं reflect कह रही हूँ तो it's just like मम्मी पापा कहते हैं ना योगा करना चाहिए, तो वैसे ही ये करना है, जबरदस्ती है, बट जबरदस्ती बैठ के लैपटॉप के सामने बैठ के हो सकता है एक शब्द ना लिखो, बट बैठ के बस सोचो कि क्या क्या हुआ है, जो पर्सन को मैं चाह रही हूँ कि ये मेरा recommendation letter लिखे. Start recalling the entire experience when you met them. What was the first time? Probably you remember the first time. Probably you don't remember the first time, but you remember if they are a professor, you remember what happened in their classes. What were your most memorable memories with them? And if you're writing some of the things that they might not have seen, such as other college experiences, your extracurricular activities, your volunteering with different NGOs, whatever it is, start recalling everything. Start recalling that entire experience, and then note down every important engagement that comes to mind. So if I recall my college experience, and I have attached my principal's recommendation letter at the end. So I would recall everything that I did. So I was part of multiple NGOs. I volunteered for them, but my principal did not know that. She had just joined 6-7 months ago. She was very impressed with whatever I was doing overall, but she was not following everything that I did. But in her letter, I wanted those things to be mentioned because there was no other person who could mention them. So I would think, okay, I participated in this activity, that activity at college level. I was awarded this, and how was I academically? What would my professors say about me? What was my relationship with them? What was my relationship with my different classmates? Then I would think that, okay, what were my strong suits in my subject matter? So my honors was political science, and this is my principal who is writing the letter. So then I would want my principal to mention my honors degree and what was my expertise in it. So then you can start thinking, okay, what are the areas of someone who's done a political science honors or whatever your honors or graduation was in, that should be reflected. So if someone has done, let's say, business, I'm not sure if there's a bachelor's in business, but if there is, I think there is BBA, right? So start thinking, okay, what makes a person who's done a bachelor's in business stand out? So they have to be very entrepreneurial. They have to take risks. They need to plan things in advance. They need to be able to estimate things. They need to be very time driven. And you can also mention some concepts, some conceptual understanding, some theoretical understanding. ऐसे करके सारी चीजें जो भी आ रही हैं, you have to just jot down. इसको हम laundry list कहते हैं. Make a laundry list. लॉन्ड्री लिस्ट ऑफ एवरीथिंग दैट यू फील दैट इस पर्सन के एंगेजमेंट में मैंने मेरे इस पर्टिकुलर पीरियड में इनके साथ इस टाइम पे हुआ था. व्हाट यू विल देन डू इज मैप ईच एंगेजमेंट टू लर्निंग्स, अचीवमेंट्स एंड इम्पैक्ट्स. इसका मतलब ये है कि आपको बैठ के एक मैप नहीं बनाना है. मतलब some people who are very structured and who like graphs, now I do, and I didn't used to do them earlier. But you can put an Excel sheet, you can put, okay, this, and you can put engagement, learnings, achievement, impact. However, if that is too much and you don't have time, then just make a mind map. दिमाग में सोचना है कि okay, मेरी इस वाली में learning क्या हुई थी, अचीवमेंट क्या था, क्या वो अचीवमेंट बहुत बड़ा था, क्या वो मेंशन करने लायक है, क्या वो इस पर्टिकुलर कोर्स के लिए रेलेवेंट है, इस यूनिवर्सिटी में जो मैं कोर्स करना चाह रही हूँ उसके लिए रेलेवेंट है. So I never got a sports award, but I participated, let's say, in a public speaking thing, right? And I'm applying for a course in development studies. Now I have two experiences out of which I have to choose one because I have chosen already my other 2-3 things. The first experience is I won an award for a public speaking contest or something like that, a debate contest. Second option is to mention a charity event that I organized, or a fundraising thing that I did, or a voting awareness camp that I did. So, in amongst these four things, I think it's an easy catch, right? The most relevant for development studies would be to a charity or volunteer, इसमें भी voting. अगर let's say मेरे पास दो options हैं कि मैंने एक charity event organize किया और मैंने एक voting drive organize किया. I am applying for a development studies course. Now, both would seem relevant, but my word limit is, there is a word limit. I can't send 2 to 3 pages ka LOR. They could be, sometimes it could be a little longer, but mostly it's good to have it in one page. So in that case, I would go with the voting awareness thing because that seems much, much more relevant and can add much more value to my personality. And my, in someone being able to understand the kind of things I did. तो वो mapping करनी है कि किस चीज में मेरे अचीवमेंट्स बेटर थे, मेरी लर्निंग्स बेटर थी, मेरा काम ज्यादा लगा था, एफर्ट्स ज्यादा थे, और उसका इम्पैक्ट क्या था. तो this is how you map things, and then mostly sometimes you can also note down because you've anyways started making a note of your engagement, so you can start adding them as points. Why adding them as points? So that when you're putting them down in your final draft or first draft, you will remember. Sometimes what happens is we thought when we are doing this reflection process, कुछ बहुत अच्छी चीजें याद आती हैं और हम लिखते नहीं हैं. हम जब लिखते नहीं हैं तो जब हम लिखने बैठते हैं तो वो मिस होने के चांसेस होते हैं. कुछ कभी कभी याद आ जाता है वापस, बट कई बार नहीं याद आता है. तो इट्स गुड टू जस्ट पुट डाउन एवरीथिंग and dump it on a document. It could, I write on document, I'm comfortable with more with that, and I think a lot of people are comfortable with copy pen, तो आप copy pen पे भी लिख सकते हो. Next thing when you're reflecting is doing a short list. तो आपने ये सारा एंगेजमेंट का बना दिया, बट अब जब मैं आपको थोड़ा बता रही थी, शॉर्ट लिस्ट करिए कि सबसे इम्पैक्टफुल इंस्टेंस क्या है जो इस कोर्स के लिए सबसे ज्यादा रेलेवेंट होगा. Impactful instance भी again you can decide. So probably in a charity event I raised 1 lakh rupees, but in a voting drive I only registered 150 people. However, if I'm writing, what can I write better? I don't know how that 1 lakh rupees was used in this case, but let's say that 1 lakh rupees was used to provide books to children in this area. That seems to give a big impact. The voting drive, however, probably I'm applying for a politics course. There are courses on politics and development. Then I would go again with the voting drive thing because it had made much more impact and long-term impact. So someone who has a voter ID will be able to vote in so many, elections, right, across years. So that's a long-term impact. It's, however, कई बार क्या होता है कि इम्पैक्ट बड़ा होता है, बट हम जब लिखने बैठते हैं तो हम वो इम्पैक्ट को उस तरीके से दिखा नहीं पाते हैं और इस वजह से शायद वो कम्युनिकेट नहीं हो पाता है. So you have to remember that probably you have 5 things that are making impact. Which one is the one that you can best express as well? Which one you have more understanding of? Probably in the charity event, I was not leading it. I was only a part of it. But in the voting part, I was leading it. So that makes it much more relevant to my personality. Diversify attributes, qualities that come through the shortlisted engagements. Now, what happens is, हम कई बार सेम तरह की चीजों को हाईलाइट करते हैं अपने डिफरेंट एक्टिविटीज में कि ये करके मैंने बहुत सारे बच्चों की हेल्प की, ये करके मैंने मेरा लीडरशिप इंप्रूव हुआ, मैंने बहुत सारे यूथ को डायरेक्शन दिखाया. बट वो एक तरह से एक सिमिलर पैटर्न बनता रहता है. what is better is that you have to break leadership down into different parts and show those qualities in your recommendation letter. When someone is recommending, they should be able to show your growth, as I mentioned, and diversify. See if my course, the one I actually went on doing was economics, educational planning, economics, and international development. So when my recommendation letter has to be written, it has to cover different things. It cannot just be focused on politics or just academics. It has to have different attributes. It has to have academics because an economics course generally requires that you are academically strong. But it has to have empathy. It has to have, your how you have contributed to the development sector in the past. Why are you interested in education? Why are you interested in development? Should also come. So those personal touches. Now, let's say my principal was writing this letter for me. How we have connected in real life is different. Like she and I She was very proud when she came to know of what all I had done, and she was very eager to write the letter for me. I made the letter, but of course, matlab, she was very willing, because for her it was an achievement for the college. So I had to decide that, okay, I did 500 things, but which again are the attributes that this university and or this course would find useful. So I might have done something that makes me a good singer. Okay, I'm not a good singer. I play sitar. So I played sitar at multiple occasions in my university, but it does not really help. However, what helps is that being able to show that I'm a confident person. I network. So आप लोगों के बहुत सारे LORs में, मतलब ये जो एक चीज है वो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है कि कैसे आप अपने नेटवर्क्स को यूज करते हो। तो कई बार लोग लीडरशिप पे फोकस करते हैं और नेटवर्किंग की क्या वैल्यू है वो भूल जाते हैं। तो आप कैसे मोबिलाइजेशन करते हो, नेटवर्किंग करते हो, वो एटलीस्ट डेवलपमेंट सेक्टर में बहुत काम आता है। आई थिंक अ लॉट ऑफ यू आर अप्लाइंग फॉर STEM courses. So in STEM courses as well, I feel that if not leadership, then networking becomes very important, because that shows how, as a person in STEM, you'll be able to manipulate resources, right? Mobilize resources and use them to ensure greater impact. तो ये आपको different attributes उठाने हैं, and you have to decide which ones you want to show. ये थोड़ा ऐसे कॉम्प्लिकेटेड लग रहा है, बट जब आप रिफ्लेक्शन करते हो, फाइनली लिखने जाते हो, तो उतना प्रेशर नहीं लेना है, बस लिखना शुरू करना है। तो ये थोड़ी गाइडलाइंस है that might help you in reflecting. Okay, I am trying to move this slide again and I really hope it works. Okay, फिर से बताओ वर्क कर रहा है कि नहीं कर रहा है?
नहीं 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 कर रहा है।
अरे यार, क्या सीन है इसका? Okay. These are very general things on writing, because once you've done your reflection and you've shortlisted the things that you want to present, writing becomes much more easy because you then don't have a block. I would say that if you are facing a block, sometimes it's good to just read a few other recommendation letters, because that gives you a start point कि मैं अपना कैसे शुरू कर सकती हूँ लिखना. Your first draft may be too long, too short, but it shouldn't be the final one. Don't ever make your first draft the final one. बहुत ऐसा unique case होगा, I think, after you write at least 3, 4, 5 recommendation letters, that you could use your next one as your first draft. That could be a final one, but mostly it's recommended that it's not your final one. Try at least revising it once. Start with accurately assessing your eligibility and suitability for the course or program study. Prioritize highlighting suitability over sounding overly promotional. क्या होता है कि हमें लगता है कि लेटर ऑफ रिकमेंडेशन है तो इसमें सारी अच्छी अच्छी बातें लिखनी है, और जितना अच्छे से लिखेंगे, जितनी अच्छाइयाँ करेंगे, उतना ज्यादा सेलेक्ट होने के चांसेस हैं। बल्कि उससे ज्यादा सेलेक्ट होने के चांसेस तब हैं, you are more bound to be selected if you are able to actually show that even if I am not this extraordinary person, however, for this particular course I am very suitable. So that is what you have to show. तो आप कई बार आप अपना प्रोग्राम का पेज अपने सामने रखा करो, तो आप जिस प्रोग्राम में अप्लाई कर रहे हो, whenever you're writing a letter of recommendation, you're starting to write it, start seeing okay, how I could connect some of this to the program. Then describe the qualities and distinctive contributions you would bring to the university. हम कई बार कई सारी चीजों की वैल्यू को कम समझते हैं, जैसे कि I did mention the sitar wala thing, right? So if you're feeling that you could, if this is a multicultural university, right? A lot of these universities now are multicultural universities, and one of the things that you bring to the table is not just your ability to be academically very profound, कि आप बहुत proficient हो, आप इस चीज में बहुत अच्छे हो, but also that you bring in your culture. You're very much connected to your culture, and how by participating in various university level extracurricular activities such as music or art, you would be able to contribute. That's one way. But कुछ और qualities हो सकती हैं, कुछ और distinctive contributions हो सकते हैं जो आप university को ला सकते हो. However, I would say don't pressure yourself. See, in an SOP, we are already under a lot of pressure. So in an LOR, I would say that don't pressure yourself a lot into making yourself very, very distinct from others. or just thinking ki, what am I bringing to this university that no one has brought? Okay, am I bringing a alien from Mars? That's not gonna happen. Explain positive changes, impact, and new learning that you can offer. Comparative information can be valuable, especially with contextual examples, rationale for the comparison. So for example, if your professor is writing this and saying that, within a class of 150 students, Rachna Rachna was one of the Rachna's presentation stood out for me, or Rachna's through the entire course of where we taught 150 students, her efforts were always consistent and aligned with how we want the program to be. तो जब आप कंपैरिजन कर रहे हो तो सिर्फ ऐसे उठा के कंपैरिजन नहीं करना है. You have to set context for it first, then ensure why it was important to stand out, and then show that how you stood out amongst that certain batch. That's an academic example. It can also be in terms of professional. So if I'm writing this again for a colleague or someone who worked for me, I would always have in mind how this person was different from others. For similarly, आप अपने लिए भी सोच सकते हो कि मैं अपने वर्क में या अपने पढ़ाई में बाकी बच्चों से क्या ऐसा था जो मेरे अंदर कुछ अलग था. अगर वैसा कुछ निकल के आता है तो यू कैन डेफिनेटली मेंशन दैट. However, again, keep it very humble and less promotional. Reread your draft after writing every paragraph. This is a magic trick. I'm hoping some people do this. I do this every time. So every time I write something, I'm writing an SOP, I'm writing an application for a job, anything. I'm writing my, let's say, क्या होता है वो letter जो पहला वाला letter होता है CV के साथ, cover letter. Every time I write something, I reread after writing 2 paragraphs. So I wrote a paragraph, I read it. Then I moved to the second paragraph, I started writing it, I completed it, I reread it. So I'm now in a full habit of rereading it. What it helps me with is it helps me in ensuring that there is consistency in what I'm writing. I'm not going too, overboard and then too underboard, or there is continuity. I'm going in a sequence. There is a logic, there is a flow, and everything connects. There is a connection between each paragraph. So let's say I'm talking about football in one paragraph, and then second paragraph I'm talking about scientists. So that doesn't make sense. But if I'm talking about football in the first paragraph, and then I'm talking about a university championship in the second paragraph, and then third, I'm talking about how I want to ensure that this happens across in different places. That's how that coherence is made. Similarly, when I'm writing a letter for someone, and every paragraph I'm changing the project that they worked on. Every paragraph I'm talking about a different project, but I'm not connecting it to the previous one. So my colleague, she worked on one thing that she worked on was the assessment. So she worked on the assessment criteria. Now, I wouldn't directly jump to the assessment criteria. I would first start with what her role in the project was entirely and what were her in general qualities. Then I would move on to the assessment criteria, saying that, because this was one of the major things, this was a digital program, and in a digital program, assessment was much more difficult, and how her contribution changed it. Now, from assessment, I have to tell something else as well. अब उसके बाद मुझे next paragraph पे जाना है. There has to be a connecting point when I'm moving to the next one. If you're not able to find a connecting point between 2 paragraphs, that there is still a way to say it that it does not seem मतलब it does not seem disconnected, basically very simple. तो ये कैसे होता है कि मैंने एक बता दिया अब इनके बारे में, ये सारी चीजें बता दी. अब मुझे नेक्स्ट पैराग्राफ में उनके टीम वर्किंग के स्टाइल के बारे में बात करना है. तो मैं फिर वहां से आऊंगी कि in any just like in any other project team, in any other project, what helps the most is having this sort of a team, and a person who is a team player achieves much more than who is a lone star. ऐसा कुछ भी हो सकता है. ये इससे आप धीरे से एक ट्रांजिशन कर रहे हो. सो if your paragraphs cannot be very connecting to one another, the themes in the paragraph, there at least has to be a transitional tone. लास्ट इज कि आप इंश्योर करें कि इन योर इनिशियल अटेम्प्ट्स.
Kajal, can you mute yourself?
In your initial attempts, get someone to proofread. So now when I'm writing a recommendation letter, I don't have to get it proofread. But when you're starting off, it's good to have someone who can just read. मतलब क्या होता है कि कई बार लोग आपका जब recommendation letter पढ़ते हैं, आपके पास जरूरी नहीं है कि कोई बहुत ही ट्रस्टेड इंसान हो। तो बहुत ही ट्रस्टेड इंसान नहीं होता है तो वो हो सकता है कहेंगे कि अरे ये तो बहुत लिख दिया है, ये सब तो तूने किया ही नहीं है, क्यों लिख दिया है, या वो आपको डिमोटिवेट कर सकते हैं। So then find someone who could just proofread. Ask them to proofread and just see if you are underselling or overselling. Even if you don't ask them to see if you're underselling or overselling, you just ask them to proofread and see if it's good. They will, if it's overselling, they will tell you. If it's underselling, you can actually ask them, is this underselling? Because क्या होता है कि जब underselling पूछोगे तब लोग थोड़ा उस तरीके से देखेंगे, क्योंकि वो सोचेंगे कि अच्छा एक लीडिंग क्वेश्चन आप पूछ रहे हो कि क्या ये अंडरसेलिंग है। तो अगर वो अंडरसेलिंग होगा तो बताएंगे, अगर नहीं होगा तो दे कैन से कि नहीं नहीं दिस इज good enough. So in your initial attempts, I think there would be people from GSP who would be supporting you for this. So you can ask someone to just proofread. All right. In the next slide, I have added some links. वो links आप later जब आपको slides मिलेंगी तो आप उसको तब देख के ये कर सकते हैं, खोल सकते हैं, चेक कर सकते हैं। ठीक है। ऑल राइट। अब मैंने इसमें कुछ सैम्पल्स ऐड किए हैं। आपको मैं सैम्पल्स फिर से दिखाती हूँ बिकॉज मुझे नहीं लग रहा कि आपको दिख रहा होगा।
Yes.
यस, स्क्रीन शेयर। तो ये बहुत छोटा छोटा दिख रहा होगा आपको अभी के लिए, मुझे जहां तक लगता है। पर जब आपको स्लाइड मिलेगा आप जूम करके देख सकते हो, आप इमेजेस को डाउनलोड कर सकते हो। आई एम गेसिंग, वरना आप स्क्रीनशॉट ले सकते हो। आई कैन ऑल्सो सेंड दीज इमेजेस अक्रॉस, दैट्स नॉट अ प्रॉब्लम। दिस आई थॉट दैट इट्स अ गुड फॉर्मेट। आई हैवंट गॉन थ्रू द कंटेंट ऑफ दिस, तो वो कंटेंट का मुझे उसमें चिंता नहीं है उतना। आई थिंक यू विल बी एबल टू राइट द कंटेंट। द मोस्ट थिंग द मैटर्स ओवर हियर इज हाउ दिस इज वेरी स्ट्रक्चर्ड। इट हैज द दिस पर्टिकुलर लेटर हेड पे है ये, तो ऊपर लेटर हेड का फॉर्मेट है, यहाँ डेट लिखी हुई है, डेट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। देन यू पुट अ रेफरेंस, कहीं कहीं जैसे अगर यूनिवर्सिटी वगैरह होता है और ये उनके लेटर हेड से निकलता है तो वो अपने लिए एक रेफरेंस नंबर या कुछ डालते हैं। Then at the top, you have to write that this is a letter of recommendation, or you can also write to whomsoever it concerns, because you'll anyways write that that's a letter of recommendation. Then you start with your paragraph. You also oftentimes give the best wishes. And then this is important that the entire thing. So you don't just write Dr. G.D. Tandon and mention the signature, but you write their entire thing. You mention that what their designation is, at what university, what institute, what is their email ID, and how can they be connected. If they're required to be connected over phone or anything, तो वो कैसे हो सकता है। Now the phone वाला thing is very much at your recommenders discretion. They don't have to do this, but email should always be there. This example I took for, sometimes there might be a person who does not have a letterhead. तो उसके केस में कैसे करते हैं, तो लेटर हेड अगर नहीं है, दे डोंट हैव लेटर हेड, आप ऐसे लिख सकते हैं। जैसे आप देख रहे हो इलेन चैंग लिखा हुआ है, ये उनका एड्रेस डला हुआ है और उनका ईमेल आईडी डला हुआ है। दिस इज अ गुड फॉर्मेट। Then they put a date you can put this side or that side, doesn't really matter a lot. Then you put their जिसके लिए भी वो कर रहे हैं, मतलब ये जिसको दिया जा रहा है उसका नाम है। तो कई बार अब जैसे अगर मुझे पता है कि आई एम राइटिंग दिस फॉर द लंदन स्कूल ऑफ इकोनॉमिक्स, देन आई कैन एक्चुअली मेंशन ओवर हियर कि टू द लंदन स्कूल ऑफ इकोनॉमिक्स एंड पॉलिटिकल साइंस, और उनका एड्रेस डाल सकते हैं। देन आई कैन स्टार्ट with the recommendation letter. I'm writing this letter to recommend this person who I know in this capacity. Then we add the salutations, signature, and again their designation at the institute. Slide change
हो गया चेंज। यस,
Good. Okay. सेकंड, ये जो है ये एक और एग्जाम्पल है जहाँ पे आपके पास अगर वो नहीं है, लेटर हेड नहीं है, तो इस तरीके से भी लिख सकते हैं। दीज आर वैलिड एग्जाम्पल्स। तो वैलिड फॉर्मेट से ये चलते हैं, आप इस तरीके से इसको लिख सकते हैं। ये मैंने अपना अटैच किया है, इसका भी मैं कॉपी भेज दूंगी अंगिराज को एंड ही विल शेयर विद यू Just take a second. Let me know if this is zoom. I will try to zoom it. Okay. And let's see if it works. Is it working?
Yeah, it is.
Cool. तो ये मेरे प्रिंसिपल वाला लेटर है. यहाँ पे आपने देखा ये दिस इज द लेटर हेड. दिस इज द नेम ऑफ द. ये लेटर हेड पे ऐसे ही होता है. तो ये मतलब ऐसा कोई फॉर्मेट नहीं है. उनके फॉर्मेट में ऐसे ही है. बनारस हिंदू यूनिवर्सिटी महिला महाविद्यालय. She wrote, this is her designation over here. We were writing this letter for Inlak Shabdasani Foundation. And at both the ends, मतलब इनके कवर इनके लेटर हेड में दोनों जगह पे था. इसलिए यहाँ पे दोनों. ये जरूरी नहीं है कि सबके में दोनों जगह पे दोनों साइड्स पे लिखा हो. Then this is the letter entirely letter of recommendation for Miss Amisha Pathak. फिर इसमें कुछ सैंपल है. आप यहाँ से भी चीजें देख सकते हो. फिर उन्होंने लिखा है Amisha is a self-made person and this she is determined and resolved individual with highest level of integrity. So this is not to say कि उन्होंने सारी चीजें एक जगह कंबाइन नहीं कर दी हैं कि उसके अंदर ये भी है ये भी है ये भी है ये भी है. नहीं किया. She chose okay these are 2-3 things that I want to highlight at the end, and then that is why I recommend for her to get a scholarship from your organization. So this is a format. Now, I didn't get an Inlak Shivdasani Foundation scholarship, but this is the letter that I used for all my applications where my principal was recommending me. So whether it was LSE or anywhere else, she was the person who recommended me. She recommended me for Commonwealth as well. So ये letter है. Okay. Why is it saying new share? I don't know. I have not used Zoom so much. All right, that was all from my side. We can take a few questions. I didn't realize that it was 4:58 already. Angiras, you should have mentioned.
No worries. Guys, कोई questions है तो you can ask now.
I don't know where is hand.
You are unmuted. You can talk.
Yeah, hi. I just wanted to ask, so your principal edited this letter every time you asked her for recommendation letter, or like, what did you do? Like, was she okay with editing it every time, or did you send it to her every
Yeah,
time?
actually, so what I did is, nay. So this has to be planned. Okay, so I knew that, okay, these after LSE and Sussex, I knew what are the scholarships I want to apply. And after that, there was only UCL that was left, जहाँ पे मुझे fresh application करना था. तो जितने भी मेरे ऐसे थे ना, I made a format. First, so in my conversation, I told her. So there could be people who would be comfortable. In my case, I found most of these people comfortable with giving, editing and sending them again, and they giving to me on a letterhead. But I tried to plan my applications इस तरीके से कि भाई मेरे 3-4 एप्लीकेशंस ताकि साथ में हो रहे हो, क्योंकि आप समझो ना, वो रेकमेंड जो कर रहा है वो भी आउट ऑफ देयर डेली वर्क दे आर गोइंग. while it's their duty, वो recommendation देना उनका ड्यूटी है, क्योंकि as a principal or someone who's in the institution, वो चाहेंगे कि उनके बच्चे आगे बढ़े और उनका नाम रोशन करें. खैर, वो मान जाते हैं. मेरे केस में they agreed whenever I went to them. Actually, see, at the end of the day, it's not the principal. In my case, it wasn't the principal who was editing it, right? It was the office staff, sarkari office staff. So I had to make my relationship better with them, ताकि वो जब भी मैं जाऊं वो मेरा मुंह देख लेते थे, तो फिर वो कर देते थे. तो मेरा उनसे बहुत अच्छा रिलेशनशिप बन गया था. तो ऐसा हुआ कि जब उनसे रिलेशनशिप अच्छा बन गया और प्रिंसिपल ने उनसे बोल दिया कि ठीक है अमीशा का ये कर दीजिए, तो जब भी फिर मैं 2-3 बार और गई. एक तो मैं ऐसा नहीं कि बार बार जा रही थी, 2 या 3 बार टोटल गई थी. और उस टाइम मैं कॉलेज जस्ट आई थिंक रिसेंटली ही मैंने ग्रेजुएशन किया था, तो वो मेरा चेहरा सबको याद था यूनिवर्सिटी में. तो दैट हेल्प्ड मी. तो वो जो थे उन्होंने मेरा बार बार करवा दिया था, क्योंकि एट द एंड वो प्रिंट आउट वही निकालते थे, मैम को बस स्टैम्प करना होता था. तो आई माइट हैव टू वेट सम डेज. इट्स बिकॉज दैट वाज एन एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव पोजीशन, राइट? If you're getting this done from a professor, you might not have to wait that long. But in a principal's case, she has a set of files that she has to sign. So, sorry.
What is the
तो उसको, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, can you continue?
नहीं, आप बताओ क्या बोल रहे हो.
What is the font size did you use? I was asking for some like size of the
Yeah,
font.
there is no फिक्स थिंग कि आपको 10 यूज करना है कि 12 यूज करना है कि 11 यूज करना है। इसीलिए मैंने कहा कि कोशिश करना है कि एक पेज में फिट हो जाए। बट अगर आपका 2 पेज में भी जा रहा है, दैट्स ओके। इट हैज टू हैव देन दैट मच रेलेवेंट कंटेंट। हाउएवर 1 पेजर इज गुड। इसमें आप अंगिरास, आई थिंक इन बीच बीच में आप मुझे रिप्लाई कर रहे थे इंस्टेड
yeah,
ऑफ
so
द
sorry. Yeah.
एवरीवन। ठीक है। तो आप ऐसा कर सकते हैं कि आप अपने हिसाब से एडजस्ट कर लीजिए। देयर इज नो फिक्स्ड फॉन्ट एंड फॉन्ट साइज। आई वुड जस्ट इंश्योर दैट इट इज जस्टिफाइड। वो मेरा प्रॉब्लम है कि मुझे जब मैं डॉक्यूमेंट्स बना रही हूँ ना, तो मुझे वो होता है ना, 3 तरीके से होता है कि या तो लेफ्ट इंक्लाइंड है, या राइट इंक्लाइंड है, या सेंटर इंक्लाइंड है, या जस्टिफाइड है। तो मैं ज्यादातर जस्टिफाइड रखती थी।
कोई और क्वेश्चंस?
Hello, ma'am.
हाय सुबोध।
Can we apply to the different university with the same LOR?
इफ इट्स अ जनरल एलओआर, राइट? अगर जैसे मैंने आपको बताया कि आपको हर एक एलओआर को अपनी यूनिवर्सिटी और कोर्स के हिसाब से एडजस्ट करना चाहिए। तो अगर आपने यू कंफर्टेबल इन हिंदी, सुबोध?
Yes, ma'am. कोई problem.
ठीक है। तो अगर आपने उसको अगर आपने उसके हिसाब से बनाया ही नहीं है, तो आप हर जगह सेम एलओआर कैसे यूज करोगे? या तो ऐसा है कि कोई एक इंसान है जिससे आप एलओआर ले रहे हो और उनको आप बार बार एडिट नहीं करा सकते, देन आस्क हिम टू मेक अ जनरल एलओआर। और वो आप हर जगह यूज कर सकते हैं, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं। आप एक जनरल लेटर ऑफ रिकमेंडेशन बना सकते हैं, और वो टू होम्सोएवर कंसर्न्ड वाला होगा। वहां पे आप उनको रेकमेंड करेंगे कि किस लिए, मतलब एटलीस्ट एक ब्रॉड तो होगा ना। आप ऐसा तो नहीं कहीं इंजीनियरिंग के लिए अप्लाई कर रहे हैं और कहीं डॉक्टर बनने के लिए अप्लाई कर रहे हैं। आई एम गिविंग एन एग्जांपल, बट इतना तो डिफरेंस नहीं होगा आपके कोर्सेज में। तो एक ब्रॉड थीम उठा लीजिएगा कि इस थीम पे मेरे ज्यादातर कोर्सेज इस डोमेन में आते हैं। तो जो लेटर आप लिख रहे होंगे उन अपने लिए, उनकी तरफ से, तो उसमें कोशिश करेगा कि वो डोमेन एक्सपर्टीज आपका दिखाई दे, ताकि आप अलग अलग जगह पे सेम लेटर को यूज कर सकें।
Okay. Thank you.
Hi, Amisha. I'm audible to you.
या
So, basically, my question is regarding the colleges, whichever I have studied UG or something like that. कि जो UG हमने करा है वो एक NIRF रैंकिंग का 100 से प्लस कॉलेज है. So at that point, when I think of to apply for the like foreign learning and all, so how it make relevant and like how we need to justify at that point. Like suppose that if I studied in the tier 3 city and then I want to apply for a US based university over there. So at that situation, like how it is relevant and like how we are connecting it with the NIRF ranking, because that college is not coming in the list and we just needed to write the other side कि other में लिख करके हम उस कॉलेज को मेंशन कर रहे हैं. तो उस फ्रंट पे how it helps to like get into the universities if it at the like specific to foreign level at that point.
कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता है। I mean, it's good to have a university that has a good ranking, but I don't think उससे बहुत फर्क पड़ता है। At the end, it matters that whether you have good recommendations. तो अगर आपका, let's say, आपने academically किसी ऐसी जगह से किया है जिसकी बहुत अच्छी रैंकिंग नहीं है, तो भी आपके then try that it's not just a professor who's giving you a recommendation. Can you try कि उस institution का head आपके लिए recommendation letter लिख सकता है? तो वैल्यू बढ़ जाती है। मतलब यू हैव टू बी टैक्टिकल वहां पे थोड़ा सा, कि अगर मैं, मेरा यूनिवर्सिटी या मेरा कॉलेज उतना प्रोफाउंड नहीं है, तो मैं
Yeah.
प्रोफेसर से कराने की जगह क्या मैं प्रिंसिपल से या मैं डीन से करा सकता हूँ, एचओडी से करा सकता हूँ। उससे बहुत फर्क पड़ता है। और कभी कभी आप कोशिश कर सकते हैं कि आप यूनिवर्सिटी और कॉलेज के अंदर ही यू कैन सी कि आपके डिपार्टमेंट में सबसे ज्यादा एक्सपोज्ड इन द सेंस जो थोड़ी नेटवर्क जिनका ज्यादा अच्छा हो। तो मैंने जब शुरू में एलआईसी के लिए अप्लाई किया था, तो मैंने अपने प्रोफेसर, मेरे कोई थे ही नहीं जो पढ़ाते थे ढंग से, बट मेरा जो ओवरऑल डिपार्टमेंट था उसमें 2 ऐसे प्रोफेसर थे जो खुद एलएसी में गेस्ट लेक्चरर्स रह चुके थे। तो मैंने उनको मनाया और वो उसमें से एक मान गए मेरा एक लेटर लिखने के लिए। तो वो भी एक वर्क कर सकता है कि उन्होंने, हो सकता है आपको डायरेक्टली पढ़ाया नहीं है, बट अगर वो डिपार्टमेंट में है और उनका काफी अच्छा इन्फ्लुएंस है, तो आप उनसे रिक्वेस्ट कर सकते हैं, एंड दैट वुड इंक्रीज योर मतलब क्वालिटी ऑफ योर एप्लीकेशन।
या देयर इज द सेम क्वेश्चन कि अभी जो जिस समय मुझे ग्रेजुएशन में जिस प्रोफेसर ने पढ़ाया था, currently he's like principal of the another college. So at that front कि जिस period में मैं उस particular college में पढ़ रहा था, he is willing to give the recommendation and everything on that front. And at current time, he is like principal of the another college. So at that time, how we like write the recommendation and all, and get the recommendation from that particular person.
बिल्कुल
Yeah.
बिल्कुल, तो दिस हैपेंस अलॉट। आप क्या करोगे कि बेसिकली वो अपने लेटर हेड पे ही देंगे, ठीक है,
Hmm.
बट आप वहां पे
Yeah.
क्लियरली लिखोगे कि आप, जैसे मैंने आपको बताया था ना कि वो सेकंड पैराग्राफ या फर्स्ट पैराग्राफ में आप एक रिलेशनशिप मेंशन करते हो कि आप
Yeah.
इंसान, ये वो जो है वो आपको कैसे जानते हैं, कब से जानते हैं। तो ही कैन चूज टू राइट इट ऑन हिज दिस पर्टिकुलर, अपने जहाँ के वो प्रिंसिपल है वहां के लेटर हेड पे लिख सकते हैं, क्योंकि अब इनके पास पुराने इंस्टीट्यूशन का लेटर हेड नहीं होगा। वो चाहे तो बिना लेटर हेड के भी लिख सकते हैं, बट आई वुड रेकमेंड गो विद द लेटर हेड दैट ही हैज। बट ही हैज टू मेंशन इन द रिकमेंडेशन का पैराग्राफ जहाँ पे जो आप लिख रहे होंगे कि आई न्यू अभय in so I'm writing this recommendation letter for Abhay Kaushik, who has applied for this role in your esteemed institution. In my and ऐसा आपने लिख दिया। अब उसके बाद I have known Abhay in my capacity. I started knowing Abhay in my capacity as a professor of this course in my tenure at this university. Currently, I am engaged with university of this as a in the role of a professor. Sorry, principal. So you have to just clearly mention that there is no challenge in कि अब उन्होंने ये इंस्टीट्यूट चेंज कर लिया और उनका रोल चेंज हो गया है तो।
Okay, at the last, I have another question on that front. Like, I'm planning to apply for an economics course over there for the foreign universities, but that particular professor is from the political science background, and I studied the political science parallelly, like BA in political science and economics. But currently, I'm planning to do PG in like in a specific to economics. So at that front, how the recommendation valued at that point?
Yeah, I would suggest that if you had an economics course and if you can connect to that economics wala professor, it
Yeah.
would be much more valuable.
Okay.
Because you want to do the economics thing, right?
Yeah.
And you had economics in your bachelor's, but this
Yes,
professor
yes.
is of different subject.
So basically, the reason is same. Like in the economics department, I don't have like particular professors over there, and for that, I have to go to the principals and all. So for that,
हाँ, तो गो
definitely,
फॉर द
yeah,
प्रिंसिपल। सी यू
yeah,
अल्टीमेटली कुछ नहीं हुआ तो आप वो दूसरे वाले सब उनसे कर लेना, बट एक
yeah,
बार थोड़ा सा हाथ पैर मार लो, क्योंकि लगता है कि कोई पढ़ता नहीं होगा LORs, बट एक्चुअली इफ यू अप्लाई टू अ गुड यूनिवर्सिटी दे गो थ्रू योर LOR, एंड ऑफन टाइम्स व्हाट दे विल से सी इज हाउ स्ट्रांग दिस पर्सन हु इज रिकमेंडिंग यू, उन वो क्या रोल होल्ड करते हैं तुम्हारे लाइफ में। तो
yeah.
इकोनॉमिक्स में अप्लाई कर रहे हो तो इकोनॉमिक्स का कोई होगा, या ओवरऑल तुम्हारे इंस्टीट्यूशन के अगर हेड जो है वो बेस्ट होता है। अगर इंस्टीट्यूशन के हेड देंगे तो वो बेस्ट रहेगा।
Okay, thank you, Anisa.
ओके ओके।
Hello, Amisha. Am I audible?
या राहुल।
Yeah. First of all, thank you for the very informative session. And I would like to draw your attention that I am also alumni of your university. I've recently completed MSc from BHU. I would like to, my question is related to, actually, I've done masters in science, in mathematics and computing from BHU. And again, I want to apply for masters in economics in abroad. How it will impact my chances and letter of recommendation. How should I get recommendation from mathematics professor to economic field? Actually, I don't know an economics professor.
दैट्स ओके। ये आपका सिचुएशन अलग है। वन इज दैट डज योर सी आपको, बल्कि आप अपने मैथ्स वाले प्रोफेसर जो ये लिख रहे हैं, आपका कुछ तो कनेक्शन है ना, क्यों आप इकोनॉमिक्स करना चाहते हो? Is there a
Yeah.
connection between your mathematics thing and why you want to do the economics thing?
Yeah, there is a very cool that I actually belong to a rural economy, and I've seen the economic problems, and I want to solve. I want to know more complexities, how at the larger scale, at macroeconomic level, the economies are connected, and how people's life could be changed. These are the problems which I like to solve in further studies.
Right. So Rahul, you can definitely, your maths wala professor can give you a recommendation letter. Again, I would generally recommend everyone to go for head of institutions or deans or department heads to give you a recommendation letter.
Then I have to,
But you
then I
can
have to
still, your
contact,
professor can give.
then I have to contact the Institute of Science director, and in BHU Institute of Science is very big.
That's okay. I got a letter from उस टाइम पे आरपी पाठक डीन हुआ करते थे। वो मेरे को वैसे नहीं जानते थे, बट बीच बीच में मैंने जाके उनको अपना मुंह दिखाना शुरू किया। मैंने उनको अपने बारे में बताया, पाठक पाठक होते हुए एक कनेक्शन बन गया वो। सो वहां से इनफॉर्मल रिलेशनशिप, एंड देन ही अग्री टू गिव मी अ लेटर। सो इट्स नॉट अ प्रॉब्लम, गिव इट अ ट्राई। देखो, ट्राई नहीं करोगे तो फिर वैसे भी नहीं मिलने वाला।
And also
अगर
I
ट्राई
am,
करके नहीं मिलेगा तो चलेगा।
and also I graduated in 2023.
बहुत दिन
That,
नहीं हुए, 2023 पिछले ही साल था।
yeah,
हाँ, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है।
okay. Thank you so much.
ठीक है, आप वैसे आप अपने प्रोफेसर से भी ले सकते हैं, क्योंकि वो बहुत पर्सनलाइज्ड एक्सपीरियंसेस आप वहां पे मेंशन कर सकते हैं। ट्राई टू यूज योर लेटर एज वेल टू शो हाउ योर टिल्ट फ्रॉम यूजिंग योर करंट डिग्री एंड द नेक्स्ट डिग्री इज, मतलब अपना गोल जो आपको अचीव करना है दोनों को।
We had few interactions with computer science, mathematics, and a statistics department as well. And I've done so many events, as well as I attended seminars from different departments.
Got it. ठीक है, तो ट्राई फर्स्ट फॉर द डीन of science. अगर नहीं हो पाता है तो then go for your maths professor. Don't go for any ऐसा random professor. Go for someone who has taught you for 1 year or 2 years.
Okay.
ठीक है।
Oh, thank you.
Welcome. I think there is something in the chat as well.
Yeah,
Abhiras, are you speaking?
yeah. Aditi is asking, is it okay to ask any professor to write a LOR who is retired now? If yes, then how we should structure it?
ठीक है, तो सिमिलर आंसर टू व्हाट अभय हैड आस्क्ड कि आप बिल्कुल रिटायर्ड प्रोफेसर से भी रिकमेंडेशन लेटर ले सकते हैं, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं, क्योंकि आपने भी तो कॉलेज छोड़ दिया है ना मोस्ट प्रोबेबली। बट अगर उन्होंने आपको कुछ टाइम पढ़ाया है एंड यू फील दैट दे दे कैन ऐड सिग्निफिकेंट वैल्यू टू, कि आपका उनको आपका जर्नी पता है, या आप ऐसा लिख भी सकते हो, जरूरी नहीं कि उनको सारी जर्नी पता हो। रिटायर्ड प्रोफेसर कैन ऑल्सो गिव। इट्स जस्ट दैट इन द लेटर व्हेन दे आर जो रिकमेंडेशन लेटर होगा, तो जहां मैंने आपको दिखाया था ना कि प्रोफेसर का नाम लिखा हुआ था, डॉक्टर चंद्रकला ऐसे जो भी लिखा हुआ था, वहां पे शी विल हैव टू मेंशन आई थिंक दे डू रिटायर्ड RETD मेंशन करके वो करना होगा। दैट्स वन थिंग। सेकंड, जो आपका कनेक्शन वाला, अगेन जो फर्स्ट सेकंड पैराग्राफ मैंने बोला था जहाँ पे आप कॉन्टेक्ट सेट करते हो, वहां पे उनको लिखना होगा कि आई न्यू हर इन माई कैपेसिटी एज दिस बिटवीन दिस टू दिस पीरियड। इस पीरियड से इस पीरियड के बीच में जहाँ पे मैंने इनको ये पढ़ाया था। Does that work,
Hi,
Aditi?
Amisha.
Okay.
Yeah, Prateek,
Hi,
go ahead.
Prateek.
So I just wanted to ask, I'm currently preparing for, I'm planning to apply for the Erasmus Mundus scholarship. So I'm currently working on my motivational letter. So how a LOR should be different from the motivational letter? Because I'm concerned, I have a concern about the LOR must, the things would be repeatable in the LOR too and the motivational letter. So that what I wanted to ask.
Motivation letter, because I haven't applied for Erasmus, so I'm just confirming. Motivation letter is your statement of purpose, right? SOP ही है।
Yes, yes.
ठीक है, तो बिल्कुल डिफरेंस हो सकता है दोनों में। आई एम गेसिंग यू हैव अ लॉट टू राइट इन योर SOP, बट यू विल हैव वर्ड लिमिट, तो आपको चूज करना पड़ा होगा कि कौन कौन सी चीजें मैं डाल सकता हूँ अपने SOP में। सारी चीजें तो नहीं आएंगी, तो जो भी चीजें आपको लगता है कि ये कवर नहीं हो पा रही है मेरे SOP में, कैन गो एंड बिकम अ पार्ट ऑफ योर लेटर ऑफ रिकमेंडेशन। थोड़ा बहुत ओवरलैप होता है, एंड दैट इज व्हाई keep a time gap between when you're writing your letter of recommendation and your SOP. Try to be very distinctly different, क्योंकि एक जो चीज मैंने वहां पे मेंशन नहीं की कि कई बार राइटिंग स्टाइल एक होता है, हर एक इंसान का राइटिंग स्टाइल होता है, तो वो सिमिलर हो जाता है. तो you can and you can also use chat GPT sometimes. See, I'm just trying to make your work easier. तो कभी अगर लग रहा है कि ये सेम सेम हो रहा है, तो you can use some of एक दो इंस्टेंसेस उठाओ चैट जीपीटी के, दो कि इसको रिफ्रेश करके भेजे. तो जब वो रिफ्रेश करके भेजेगा तो तुम्हारी राइटिंग स्टाइल नहीं होगी वो, तो वो डिफरेंट राइटिंग स्टाइल में लिखा रहेगा. तो व्हेन यू सेंडिंग इट टू चैट जीपीटी, वो पैराग्राफ जो तुमने लिखा है उसको लिखो तुम ऐसे ही कि प्रतीक, समवन एल्स इज राइटिंग दिस रिकमेंडेशन फॉर यू. जस्ट टू मेक इट बेटर, व्हाट यू कैन डू इज यू कैन सेंड की प्रॉम्प्ट भेजना होता है चैट जीपीटी में, दैट राइट दिस, rephrase this particular paragraph as Abhipsa writing this letter for Pratik. तो वो आपका वो पैराग्राफ जब आप सेंड करोगे तो वो रिफ्रेश करके देगा. तो दैट्स आल्सो वन वे टू मेक श्योर दैट इट डजंट लुक वेरी सेम.
Okay.
Hi, ma'am.
Hi.
My question is that suppose I am applying for a theology course for masters. So is it okay? So what would be more appropriate to मतलब जिनसे लेटर ऑफ रिकमेंडेशन लेना है, तो मतलब मेरी बैचलर जो है वो इंजीनियरिंग से हुए, तो उनसे लेना ज्यादा ये होगा या किसी रिलेटेड मतलब थियोलॉजी रिलेटेड प्रोफेसर से लेना जो कि who haven't taught me professionally?
No. So I mean, I did say that it's good to have someone who's writing, but ये आपका इंडिविजुअल टू इंडिविजुअल के बेसिस पे है. अब ये थियोलॉजी तुमने पढ़ा इंजीनियरिंग है, तो तुम थियोलॉजी का प्रोफेसर कहाँ से लाओगे, और वो थियोलॉजी का प्रोफेसर तुमको कैसे रेकमेंड कर सकता है किसी चीज के लिए. तो गो फॉर योर मैथमेटिक्स वाला प्रोफेसर. नाउ व्हेन दैट मैथमेटिक्स प्रोफेसर इज राइटिंग दिस, he has to show not just your जो हम क्या कहते हैं हार्ड स्किल्स होती हैं कि हाँ इसको ये करना आता है वो करना आता है, ये मैथ्स में इस तरीके से डिफरेंट कॉन्सेप्ट्स आप उठा सकते हो, इंजीनियरिंग के डिफरेंट कॉन्सेप्ट्स उठा सकते हो कि यहाँ पे अच्छा है वैसे अच्छा है. बट दिस पर्सन इज बेसिकली रेकमेंडिंग यू फॉर अनदर कॉलेज. तो उस तरीके से फिर उनको आप जब लेटर बना रहे होगे तो यू हैव टू कवर मोर सॉफ्ट स्किल्स कि हाउ यू आर वेरी डिलिजेंट, एंड देन शो योर डिलिजेंस कि कैसे तुमने कोई वो दिखा सकते हैं कि इन ड्यूरिंग हिज टेन्योर ही डिड, कोई आपने कुछ पार्टिसिपेट किया होगा, जो भी आप एक इंस्टेंस दिखाना चाहते हो. आपको ऐसी फिर क्वालिटीज जब आप मेंशन कर रहे हो ना, वो क्वालिटीज ऐसी होनी चाहिए जो किसी भी कोर्स में अप्लाई हो सकते हैं.
ओके.
समझ? हाँ, जैसे अगर कोई मैं किसी के लिए लिख रही हूँ और मैं कह रही हूँ कि अटेंशन टू डिटेल is one of her core strengths, तो मैं एग्जाम्पल उनका इंजीनियरिंग का ही दे रही हूँ, बट मैं अटेंशन टू डिटेल बता रही हूँ जो कि किसी भी फील्ड में काम आएगा.
ओके.
ठीक है?
लाइक
तो आप हाँ.
ओके, क्योंकि राइट नाउ मतलब आई नो वन प्रोफेसर जो रिटायर्ड है अभी, और वो पाली डिपार्टमेंट के प्रोफेसर रह चुके हैं. तो वी हैव बीन
Sorry,
टुगेदर.
Siddharth, I couldn't hear your question. Can you repeat?
Okay, yes. Like I wanted to do masters in Buddhist studies. Okay, so my one of my मतलब जिनको मैं पहचानता हूँ, he is retired professor from Pali department, and we have been together like वो हमें 3-4 साल से जानते हैं, and we been together in field visit उनकी जो थी, तो I also went there, so that's why I ask.
Academic letter में generally it's good to have someone who is somehow formally related to you.
Okay.
So it's a better letter then. You can probably add this person in your professional recommendation letter instead of a academic letter.
Okay. So getting it from engineering professor would be more appropriate. Okay.
और
Okay.
ये जो आप इनसे जिनकी बात कर रहे हैं, हाउ आर यू
Hmm.
कनेक्टेड विद हिम?
like मतलब same interest, family relation.
हाँ, तो नहीं, आप उनको एकेडमिक लेटर में यूज नहीं कर सकते।
Okay. Thank you.
ओके ओके
Uh,
ओके
we'll take
या
one last
यस,
question
ओवर टू यू।
if anyone wants to ask any question, and later on we'll wrap up. आई गेस किसी को नहीं है क्वेश्चंस, तो व्हाट विल डू ना, सब लोग अपना कैमरा ऑन कर लो, विल टेक अ स्क्रीनशॉट एंड later on we'll end the meeting. अभिप्सा, काजल, प्रतीक। बस इतने ही यार, कम ऑन। काजल, प्रभात, शिवानी, अक्षा। कूल, हंसो सब लोग, चीज। या, थैंक यू। विल सी यू
थैंक
गाइस
यू
6 PM के सेशन में। एंड अमीशा, थैंक यू फॉर योर टाइम।
थैंक यू अंगिराज, थैंक यू फॉर गिविंग मी 23 एक्स्ट्रा मिनट्स।
6 PM कोणता सेशन आहे?
या, विल कनेक्ट सून। ठीक है,
जी
थैंक यू
जी,
एवरीवन।
ऑल द बेस्ट एवरीवन। अंगिराज, आई थिंक समवन इज आस्किंग कि 6 PM सेशन कौन सा है, वो आप देख लेना। ठीक
हेलो,
है,
या ठीक है।
ऑल राइट, थैंक
बाय।
यू, बाय बाय।
Thank you.
Thank you.